It's no secret that I'm a huge fan of the Miu Mini Plus. This little thing is a great pocket-sized handheld, especially after you have the custom operating system Onion OS installed. It plays everything from original Nintendo to PS1 pretty much flawlessly. And on top of that, it just looks so cute and feels really nice in my hands. But what if it could do more? Well, that's where other, more expensive retro handhelds come in. So when the kind people at Mechdiy offered to send me an Anbernic RG353V to test out, I was super excited. When it arrived, I was happy to find out that they had sent me the white model. I love how this thing looks. I'm a big fan of consoles that use these colorful Super Nintendo style buttons. And everything feels pretty good. The buttons and D-pad have a nice squish to them, but they're not too squishy, which I appreciate. And the analog sticks feel shockingly similar to the ones on the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. So let's talk about my experience using this thing. Right off the bat, I have to say that the RG353V plays everything from the original Nintendo to PS1 perfectly, just like the Miu Mini. So if you're having trouble getting your hands on a Miu Mini or Miu Mini Plus like I have, I can already recommend this console to you. Also, if you're the type of person who just wants to buy one of these retro handhelds and not have to do any kind of tinkering with it, then I think you'll be happy with this device as well. I was pretty happy with the straight out of the box experience that I had with this console, and I am a very picky person when it comes to emulation. It's once we get into consoles that require a bit more power in order to run properly that I have a little bit of a hard time recommending the RG353V. I was initially really excited when I saw that this thing could play Nintendo 64 games. Unfortunately, they were using the loose definition of the word play when it comes to N64. To remedy this, I tried installing Arc OS, a custom firmware for this device that lets you do things like try out different emulation cores and make tweaks to help improve performance, but unfortunately, nothing I tried made much of a difference for Nintendo 64. Another console that I was excited to try on here was PSP. I tried Tekken 6 for a little bit because I knew it was a bit of a later release in the PSP's life, and it ran surprisingly well, although not perfect. Then I tried GTA, which made me realize just how much of a mixed bag PSP emulation is on this console. And finally, I tried Dreamcast, which I really wish I had better news about because the white model that I have here looks like a Dreamcast controller and a Dreamcast VMU had a baby, and I would have loved to have all those late 90s Sega classics available on the go on this device. It would have just looked so fitting, but as you can see, Dreamcast performance isn't terrible, but once again, it's just not perfect. Sonic Adventure 2 is having a bit of a hard time reaching full 60 FPS, and Soul Calibur here has all these graphical glitches in the menus. I know that there are some people out there who could probably overlook slight performance issues like these and just enjoy the games as long as they kind of work, but I am definitely not one of those people, so again, I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible here. Things like audio crackling and frame rate drops that I know are caused by poor emulation and just not how the games originally played really bother me a lot, so I don't want to waste anyone's time who's looking for a device that reliably plays consoles like Nintendo 64, PSP, and Dreamcast. If that's you, you're gonna want to buy one of the higher end retro handhelds out there. With that out of the way, if you're someone who just wants a budget-friendly device to play all of your favorite old 2D consoles like Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and all the various arcade consoles that are out there, and even, of course, PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 runs perfectly on this thing, then this is without a doubt a great choice for you. I still personally prefer the Miu Mini Plus just because of its more compact size and the fact that I have it all customized and loaded with my personal ROM collection, but keep in mind that that is also something you can easily do with this console right here, the RG353V. You can easily get your own micro SD card and throw all your favorite games on it if the one that it comes with is lacking some of your favorites. And I'll say it again, this is a really great console, especially if you're having a hard time finding a Miu Mini or a Miu Mini Plus, because those consoles are only becoming more and more popular and they tend to sell out really quickly. So if you're interested in getting an Anbernic RG353V or a Miu Mini or a Miu Mini Plus, check out the link in my description. It will bring you directly to a shop that sells all of those consoles. Feel free to let me know what your thoughts on these retro handhelds are down in the comments. I'm always wondering if there's anyone out there who's as obsessed with the Miu Mini Plus as I am. And honestly, all of these retro handhelds in general are just such a great way for both newcomers and old fans of retro games alike to just experience all these classic games for an affordable price. And in my opinion, it's a lot more convenient than like emulating stuff on your computer, because I personally don't really like sitting at my desk to play games. I'd much rather be sprawled out on the couch or in bed with a handheld like this. So anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.